So do you agree with Gino or disagree? What do you think?
Well, an Italian loves to be opinionated, so that's, you know, for sure. But
and you come from an Italian family.
I come from an Italian family where, honestly, the discussions around the table are so crazy at times. But I think, look, the reality is mealtimes are difficult. I had it last night. I made a fish pie for my daughter. She's eaten it loads of times, and last night she was having none of it.
So what do you do?
I think the best advice, look, it's not easy, and I think the best advice I can give to any parent is just be consistent. A child is not going to starve by going to bed without eating for one night. When they're ill, they don't eat for many days. So I'm always consistent. I don't make a song and dance about it at the table. You know, it's not a battleground. It's just quite simply, that's fine. If you're not eating that, you're not having pudding, and that's it.
Well, your book and your vlog and your series was all about weaning babies.
Yeah.
And so you're starting off very early on, including new foods, new tastes, new textures.
For me, it all starts at the baby stage. We as Italians, we're involved in the kitchen from the minute we're in life, sort of thing. But I think my book, even though it's meant to be about weaning, it's actually only the first section. The majority of the book is meals to feed the whole family. And the thing I feel so strongly about is that if you wean properly, by one, your child can eat the same meal you're eating, albeit with, you know, a little bit less seasoning, a few basic rules. But by one, both my kids sat at the table with us at meal times. And so the book actually is full of recipes for the whole family.
So are we forgetting how to do it then in that? Because I know as our family, at the time when I was growing up, it was the norm to sit down. Everybody would sit down. It wasn't about eating food just to fill yourself up and move on. You'd sit down, we'd talk, we'd chat, there'd be discussion around the table.
My dad has always said this. He said the table is sacred in the family, and it should be where you talk, chat, interact, where kids learn manners, discipline. The root of your family can be around that table. But I think we've also got to be realistic and say we're busy, OK? Busy lives. I don't eat every meal with my kids because sometimes they're starving at 5 and my husband's not home till 8.
Yeah.
But the one thing I will say is, for me, it's one meal, one family. I do not cook other meals. Absolutely not. I haven't got time to spend either to make a puree the size of a walnut with 10 pots and pans. No.
Not
you know, it's not a...
Talk us through what you've brought here, because this is quite a clever trick for getting children introduced to different things that they might not necessarily know they like.
So 2 tips I would say for parents. One is, I know many a friend who will say they're stuck in a rut. They give their kids what they know they like, ham, cheese slices, whatever it is. And that's fine, but I would say, where possible, try and mix it up. So if a kid likes an apple, OK, don't always give it to them cut up.
Ours would never eat fruit if we gave them whole. But if we cut it all up, no matter what it was, they'd walk past, pick it.
Whatever it is,
less effort.
But try and do something they've not had before. So grate it and sprinkle some cinnamon on it. Bake it, put it in a pan with a bit of cheese, and try and mix up something you know they love, because then you can say, well, just try it for me. You might not like it, but I know you like an apple. You know, peanut butter, put it, you know, as a little sandwich on the side. So that would be one tip. Give them something they love and just vary the temperature or the texture or the shape.
And the other thing you say is that sort of 3, 4 o'clock when they're a bit hungry and they're peckish, but they're playing with their toys, just put a plate down of things. I mean, you've got little pickled gherkins, you've got olives, popcorn. What's that, chilli?
That's actually paprika. So
okay.
I would put, when they're that kind of munchy time in the afternoon and you're not quite ready with supper, my kids put everything in their mouth. I'm sure most kids do. Toys, plates, spoons. So I put these unusual snacks around the place and
they'll give it a little
force them to eat it. And guaranteed, if you don't ask them to eat it, they'll go there and they'll have a little nibble. And that's how I got my kids eating halloumi, olives, that kind of thing.
Big report today out saying just how healthy eggs are.
Yeah.
I mean, incredibly healthy, like nothing else.
Yeah. And I mean, there's loads of ways you can get kids to eat eggs. If they don't like it as a normal boiled egg, you know, you can put a picture on it, dippy eggs. Try putting it in pancakes. You can make hundreds of types of pancakes with a bit of beetroot powder in to make them pink. So simple, and they'll get that nutrition.